It is interesting to look at both Keynes and Hayek on the cause of the Great Depression. Both men who are usually seen as polar opposites of the economic spectrum both came to the same causal factor. What is notable is that neither man nor their followers took that cause seriously. In Keynes' general theory of employment, interest, and money, he claims that savings can exceed investment. This would cause a lack of effective demand for goods and services. This would cut savings down to the level of investment. His solution would be twofold. 1. Monetary measures cutting the rate of interest. 2. Fiscal measures, allowing people to be able to spend more money by cutting taxes and increasing government spending. He was, however, aware that this may not be successful because people are choosing to save rather than spend. He proposed that the expansion of capital investment inherently created a decline in its return. This reduction in the marginal efficiency cut down the incentive to continue to invest. Thus, we see his worldview, his view of the business cycle, or as Marx put it, the industrial cycle. The essence of the situation is to be found in the collapse of the marginal efficiency of capital, particularly of those type of capital which have been contributing the most to the previous heavy new investment. This is a declining marginal efficiency of capital. What's fascinating here is that it implies an inherent flaw within capitalism itself, not simply the psychology of capitalists. This undermines a key aspect of Keynes' theory. You can't use the government to restore confidence in the economic system if there's nothing to restore confidence in. Hayek noted the same problem, but he saw a much different cause. He also saw the cause of the recurring crises as great divergences between the sectors of production. He blamed it on excessive credit, thereby causing the production of producer goods to outpace the output of consumer goods. From this view, he concluded that the system was inherently crisis-prone by the way sectors of the economy adjusted to each other. This we know today in Marx's theory as a contradiction of capitalism. But if what Hayek says is true, then why was the Great Depression so much worse than in previous crises? Why does the production goods sector not grow fast enough to keep the economy going with it? He did answer it, in a way, in 1935. He said that profitability fell because of the roundabout processes of production, meaning the ratio of labor to machinery increasingly moved towards the side of machinery, or as Marx put it, increasing the organic composition of capital. As Hayek put it, that profit margins exist is obvious. If it were not so, there would exist no inducement to risk money by investing it in production rather than to let it remain idle. These margins must grow smaller as the roundabout processes of production increase in length. What is happening here is that both Keynes and Hayek both saw, but could not explain, a downward pressure on the rate of profits, or in Marx's theory, the tendency of the rate of profit to fall, central in Marx's theories of capitalist crises. Marx criticizes capitalism as expanding without regard for any kind of rationality. This gave rise to an increase in constant capital against living labor. This meant lower wages, less ability of workers to purchase those commodities. This phenomenon created a case of overproduction and a low rate of profit, leading to crisis. There was a temporary countervailing tendency, an increase in unproductive expenditures and credit, which staved off the crisis, but for only a short time. This set the stage that only required a scare in the stock exchange and the financial sector to bring it all down in what is known as the Great Depression.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.